the second episode of our propagation of herbs through cuttings. As you can see here, it's been 3 weeks since we started these herbs. This is rosemary herb. In our first episode, I taught you how to use cutting to start um, a rosemary or an herb. Now, after 3 weeks, it's looking good. As you can see here, um, I think it has grown its own roots because it has grown a little bit taller than from the last time. Okay, so now what do? We will now transplant this in a bigger container. So in this case, I'm using this cocoa pot. Eventually, I will have to transfer this to a bigger container, but for now, this will do. So let's start. So you will need your pots, of course. You can use a bigger pot. Bigger than this, maybe a 2-gallon pot. Your potting mix and watering can. So let's fill our pot with potting mix. One layer there. You may opt to add your favorite organic fertilizer. For this, I'm using rabbit manure, maybe 1 tablespoon. Water. Now we will you can plant, because since I use paper pot, you can plant the whole thing because the paper pot will disintegrate. But for this, I'm going to take it away so that the roots will grow faster, because I don't want to wait for the paper to disintegrate, because I want it to grow really fast. As you can see, the roots already appearing here. And then add a little bit more. Water it again. So that's your first rosemary pot. So we'll do the same for the other two. So here as you can see, we have transplanted all 3 cuttings. No? Just note, I noticed that some of the cuttings did not root yet. It happens. Some root faster than the others, so it's quite normal. So if to be sure, you can still continue to cover it. So keep the cover until you're very sure that it has rooted properly, because rosemary, as I told you in the last episode, it's quite finicky. Sometimes it grows fast, sometimes it takes a while before it can establish its roots. So for this, because I planted rosemary, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, maybe another 2 weeks, just to make sure that the roots will grow as I would want it to be. Now I've already transferred it in a bigger container, so it has more room to grow its roots. Now don't expose it to sunlight yet until you're very sure that it has rooted already in this pot. Now maybe check after 2 weeks. Continue watering, make sure the soil is moist, but don't make it too soggy. Maybe watering can be done every other day, or maybe if you feel the top and it's still wet, then you don't have to water or pour water on it. So that's it. I hope you learned a lot with this episode. And and I hope you have also enjoyed my episode as much as I enjoyed doing it. Happy gardening!